Andal Thiruvadigale Sharanam. नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णम् पारार्थ्यं स्वम् श्रुतिशतशिरः सिद्धमध्यापयन्ती स्वोच्छिष्टायाम् स्रजिनिगलिदम् या बलात्कृत्य भुङ्क्ते गोदा तस्यै नम इदमिदम् भूय एवास्तु भूयः. ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
Andal Thiruvadigale Sharanam. Andal Thiruvadigale Sharanam. What Vasudevji just sang is called as a Taniyan. Taniyan are basically the songs which are sung about the deity who is composed, who is given a composition for us. So today we will be discussing about Tiruppavai. So Tiruppavai was composed by goddess Andal. So therefore, what Vasudevji sang just now is actually the Taniyan of Andal. It is about goddess Andal. So that is the Taniyans will be usually created by the devotees of Andal. So they have authored this, and it was one of the Taniyan. There are several Taniyans like this, which we have in praise of goddess Andal. So before I go on into specific explanations, I would like to tell you what is our intention behind doing this room and what is our plan going forward, and then come to explain the main things that we want to contribute as far as the month of Margari is concerned. Now, Tiruppavai is a composition of 30 verses that was given by Goda Devi to us. And it is very, very important for all of us to understand the overall meaning because it has the essence of the Vedas in it. And most of the time, what happens is these songs are in Tamil, and the explanation to it is also given in Tamil, which makes it difficult for many to understand. Outside of the state of Tamil Nadu, I've heard people say that they are not able to understand it. So, this is an attempt where I'm attempting to explain a lot of concepts in English. We might have our challenges here because there are a lot of multi-dimensional meanings associated to each word. I will try to do justice to whatever extent I can with Andal's grace. So our idea here is to give you a feel of what the pasurams are, what the songs are, and an overall explanation. Each of these songs comes with multi-dimensional explanation, and with every song I can go on for a couple of hours of lecture. But this being the kickstart or exposure to Tiruppavai, we will be restricting ourselves to a few meanings, not get into all the possible nitty-gritties. I will keep it to an overview level at this point of time with some semblances of depth just for us to give happiness and satisfaction. Here and there, we will have some exposure to some details. And the idea is to give you a feel of the depth, the beauty, the bhakti, the jnana, and the knowledge that's available in Tiruppavai. So, with that, we will have an overview of the first three pasurams today. When I say pasuram, it is the slokas. The slokas are called as slokas in Sanskritam. We call it as the pasurams, the songs in Tamil. and each song is an eight-liner as far as Tiruppavai is concerned. So today we will be going into the first three pasurams of Tiruppavai, and after this we intend to meet on Sundays. Sunday evening 7 o'clock will be our scheduled Tiruppavai recitation. So I will be covering the pasurams required till Saturday so that all of us can understand the meaning and recite it in our homes. And from Sunday, we will meet every Sunday to cover the respective pasurams for that week. So that is our plan of action. So with this, let me go into the context of Tiruppavai. What is the importance, the significance of it, and then go on to the respective pasurams. So we will be taking approximately an hour for this room. This room is going to be time restricted. So we will conclude it in an hour, including the singing. So Margari or Margasirsha month is an extremely important month for us where we get up early in the morning. This is supposed to be the Ushatkala of the Devas. The Brahma Muhurta of Devas is supposed to be the same as the month of Margari for us. So, getting up early on the Brahma Muhurta, imagine what kind of greatness it would give us. And that's supposed to be a time where the ozone layer is really fresh and it can give us a lot of health benefits. So, this is recited, the entire Tiruppavai is recited early in the morning in the month of Margasirsha or Margari in Tamil. People usually get up early. They put huge rangolis, rangavalli, we call in Sanskritam, in front of the houses, decorate the houses. A good feel of, festivity is created there, and people visit the temples. We get very hot pongals on the day of, reciting Tiruppavai, which is very, very special. If you come to any South Indian temple, you get the prasad of pongal, the sweet pongal, the salt pongal, everything is given as prasad. People look forward to it. And added to it, the beauty is the bhakti and the bliss. The two B's, like the bhakti and bliss come with it. It comes with the pongal, it comes with the Tiruppavai. So it's a lot of festivity that happens. And the very, very important thing is reciting the pasurams of Tiruppavai, which Andal is given to us. Now, I've been using the word Andal, Tiruppavai so frequently. Who is Andal and what is Tiruppavai? So that is very, very important for us to understand. So to understand this, we have to go to Bhagavan and his Dashavataras. Bhagavan took many, many avatars, of which we speak about 10 avatars as prominent avatars, right? Matsya Kurma Varaha, Nrisimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Sri Rama, Balarama, Sri Krishna, Kalki. Of this, the Varaha avatara, the third avatara, is supposed to be the time where the entire earth was, you know, taken away by Hiranyaksha, Asura, and it was inside deep waters for a very, very long time. And then Varahamurti, Bhagavan, in the form of a Mahavaraha, it says, he's a huge boar that the whole earth looked like one small pebble near his nose. So that was the size of the Varahamurti. And he saved goddess Earth. Mother Earth was protected by Varahamurti. And Varaha Bhagavan tells a lot of things because now Mother Earth is shivering. She's so scared because she's been in water and there were rakshasas around, so she was shivering. And then Bhagavan is asking, like, I have now saved you. Why are you still shivering? What is there for you to fear when I'm there? And then she says, I'm not worried about me. I know you are there to protect me all the time. I am worried about my children. And Bhagavan is like, why should you worry about your children? They are, being given the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, whatever is required for them to learn and, uplift themselves is all available to them. What is there to worry about them? And then, the father's affection is usually very strict. They want us to do whatever we are supposed to do. Mother's affection is very, very lenient, right? She wants to accommodate us, come what may. So Andal or goddess Bhuma Devi is our mother. So, with all the maternal affection, she says, yes, you have given the Vedas, Puranas, everything, but is there a Sarala Upaya? Is there an easy way out, for my children to reach you? They don't have to suffer anything. What can be the easy method to reach? And then Bhagavan tells Varaha Purana, the entire discussion between Mata Bhuma Devi and Bhagavan is compiled in the Varaha Purana. So, in that, there is this explanation where Bhagavan tells a lot of do's, don'ts, everything. And as an essence, he says three important things. He says, okay, for all your children to take the shortest possible route, okay, they have to do three things. They have to sing about me. Vainal Padi, let them praise me. Their mouth, their voice is given only to sing about me, nothing else. Everything else is abuse. Only this is use. So they have to sing the praise of Bhagavan. They have to think about Bhagavan. Why do they have a heart? Why do they have some thought process? Why do we have even the Smarana Shakti? It is to contemplate on Bhagavan. So Manadinal Sindika. And usually we say Mano, Vak, Kayam. There are three things which are associated to any action. So our mind, our words, and our deeds should be synchronizing with each other. So only if all these are aligned, we will be able to get the best out of whatever we do. So physically, if we keep doing something else, our mind will soon get distracted to that. So instead of allowing that, Bhagavan says that Vainal Padi Manadinal Sindita Tumalar Tuviturdu. Let their action also be associated in offering archana, offering flowers to me, so that integrated words, thoughts, and deeds can be offered to me. So this is the instruction of Bhagavan. Now, what Andal does, she records this very, very clearly in her mind. Why am I saying Andal in the place of Bhuma Devi is Bhuma Devi took the avatar of Andal. So after listening to all this, she was like waiting. Okay, now my children have a way out. I have to go and communicate it to them in such simple ways, in such clear manner. Because when we look at the Vedas, the Upanishads, it's Anati, it is Akhanda, it is Apaurushaya, everything. But it is so vast. How are we to give dedicated time, energy, effort to understand it, implement it in our life, and then act according to what is said? It is so difficult for us. So Bhakti yogis were able to do it, Jnanis were able to do it. But in this Kali Yuga, what can we do? Only Nama Sankirtana. So Andal came here to give these three as a very, very certain message to us. So in order to do this, she was born to a great sage by name Vishnu Chitta. She was born in Tamil Nadu in a place called Srivilliputtur. Even today, the emblem of the Tamil Nadu government, if you notice, will be a temple tower. And that temple tower is Srivilliputtur, the birthplace of Goda, Kodai or Andal. Now, all what she heard in the Varaha Avatara, she is now ready. She wants to deliver it to us. So she says, I am addressing this not to a small group of people. We will be going through that second song very soon, where she says, "Vaiyattu Vaalvirgal." I am addressing this to every person who resides in me. Vaiyam means world. So anyone who lives in the world, this message is for you. Make use of this message. So, this is one more reason I wanted to communicate this in English so that all of us will be aware of what our Bhuma Devi has given us. And I will be using the words Bhuma Devi, Andal, Goda, Kodai interchangeably just to give us a feel that all these means the same thing. Goda Devi is Bhuma Devi. Her given name was Andal at a later time. The reason for it we will be seeing. So, Andal says, Vaiyattu Vaalvirgal, addressing all of us who are in this world. And this Tiruppavai, her 30 songs, are called as Vedam Anaithukum Vittu. Vittu means seed. This is considered as a seed of all Vedas. This is not even considered equivalent to Vedas. This is considered as the seed of Vedas. What do we understand by that is that everything is given in the essence form. All the important information is compiled and given to us in such a simplified manner that it can create volumes and volumes of information for us when it is actually explored. When a seed is seeded, just think about it. An apple can give us many seeds, and from each seed we can bring in so many apples, right? So this Tiruppavai is like a seed. It can create a huge tree from which so many other apples can come out, and the meaning, the interpretation of it is unending. So this is Vedam Anaithukum Vitt. And because it is the essence of all the Vedas, Andal is ensured that we can't give any excuse for not understanding this. Only 30 songs. Each song takes only 30 seconds for us to recite. So we can't say we don't have time. 30 seconds we can definitely afford every single day. And we can't say it's not meant for us because she's addressed it saying that Vayyattu Vazhvirgal. I'm addressing everybody globally, right? And this is not related to me. We can't say that because she is giving us, as if a mother is giving the home cooked food to a child. She's customized, she knows what she wants, and she says that to my children I'm giving this because she is the Bhumi Mata. We are her children, so she is giving it to us like a mother is giving it to a child with all the affection, love, care, whatnot. She is the Mata. She's been our mother for from the time immemorial. Okay, not this birth. So she's been our eternal mother all the time. And on top of it, this gives the essence of all the Vedas. So we can't ask for anything more than this. And when we think of Bhagavad Gita and draw parallels to Tiruppavai, it is so amazing. Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita says, Masanam Margashirshoham. Among the months, I am the month of Margari or Margasirsha. Now, how does Andal start her Tiruppavai? Margari Tingal. So she says the entire Tiruppavai starts with the word Margari Tingal. So when Bhagavan is Margasirsha and Andal's work starts with Margari, it tells us very clearly what we are looking forward to, right? So she has simplified the 700 slokas of even Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita itself is a essence of all the Upanishads, right? So Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishads, so Brahma Vidyayam, Yoga Shastre, we say. So that Bhagavad Gita is further simplified by the maternal love, and Andal has given it to us just in 30 pasurams. One pasuram a day, we recite 30 days, the entire thing is over. Or we can recite all 30 pasurams a day, she'll be more than happy. And now Andal takes our avatar. How was Andal born? Where was she born? She was not born, she appeared. She took her avatar. Just like Mata Sita took her avatar. When Janaka Maharaja was plowing, Mata Sita appeared there. Similarly, our Goda Andal appeared. Where did she appear? She appeared in a Tulasi Mada. So, right below the Tulasi, goddess Andal appeared. And she was such a Tejasvi child. Vishnu Chitta is a alvar, a sage who has always been contemplating on Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. His chitta, his thinking is completely on Bhagavan Vishnu. And to him, the main work of the day was to create beautiful malas to Bhagavan and offer it to his deity. The deity in his temple was called as the Vatapatra Sai. So he used to create beautiful garlands from the huge Nandavana that he had. And he used to pluck those appropriate flowers, the tulasis, make beautiful mala, and then go and offer it to his deity. Now, when he was going to pluck some tulasi for the garland, this beautiful Tejasvi child appeared there. And he was elated to see the tejas, the beauty, the brilliance, the vibrance of this little baby, that he took the baby as Bhagavan's prasada. And he says that I brought her up like goddess Mahalakshmi. So the conversation which was always happening between the father and the daughter was Krishna, 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 and more of Krishna and more of Krishna. So it was completely about Krishna Bhakti, the Leelas of Bhagavan, everything around Bhagavan, his life, his Leelas, everything. So the child was fed with the thought of Bhagavan for her food, for her drink, for her life, for everything, that she developed so much of bhakti, affection to Bhagavan. And of course, she is the avatara of Bhuma Devi. As I said, from Varaha Avatara, she remembers the three key things that she wants to share with all of us. Now, when little Goda, the name that was kept to her when she was, seen by Vishnu Chitta, was Kodai. Kodai in Tamil translates to Goda in Sanskritam. So, Kodai, when she was just 5 years old, when she was little kid, she wrote this entire Tiruppavai. A 5 year little kid giving us this Tiruppavai. Just think about it. She is in so much of hurry to help us out with the right knowledge that she is not able to wait for herself to grow up in order to communicate this information. So she is like 5 years. Okay, now I have to tell them, these three important things. So she starts explaining it to us. And the meaning of that is so deep that the acharyas keep creating commentaries after commentaries after commentaries. We call the detailed commentaries of acharyas as Eid. And the explanation are called as like Nalairam Eid. They have like, Muairam Eid, Nalairam Eid. The explanation is so elaborate that there is so much that we can understand from every single word that Andal is uttered at very, very different dimensions. If we look at it at a normal way, a different dimension comes. If we look at it from the Acharya Sishya relation, it gives a different meaning. If we look at it from a third dimension, a totally different meaning comes. So, that kind of a depth is there in what Andal has given us. To just give that a context, suppose I use a statement like, it's going to rain heavily. Okay. I'm just saying the statement, it's going to rain heavily. Now, a student is going to look at it and he's going to be excited, thinking, okay, then I may not have school tomorrow. So that's the kind of instant interpretation to the statement of it's going to rain heavily. Now, a farmer will be very happy. He might think, oh my God, that's going to be prosperity for my crops. Yet another person who's stepped out might be like, oh my God, I should rush back home before it starts raining, right? Yet another person will think that, oh my God, if it rains, what's going to happen to all the clothes which is drying outside, So everybody has their own perspectives of what rain is. Some people enjoy rain, some people are worried about rain. Now, when we look at it from so many different dimensions, we get different reasons of what rain here actually means. So, when we look at it from the dimension of Tiruppavai, Andal would have told a statement. Many acharyas would connect it to the appropriate Vedas, the Upanishads, the Itihasas, the Puranas, different episodes of lives of the acharyas, alvars, and others, and they will give their anubhavas pertaining to that statement, which makes this such a fulfilling experience when we understand the holistic perspective. So we call this as the sukshmartha, the vyangyartha, the layers of meanings which are underlying each of the words that Andal uttered. So understanding that gives a very, very different bhava, a very, very different anubhava for us to relish this entire work. So I will be touching on some of those sukshmarthas as we go in. But to start with, I will keep it very simple for the first few pasurams. So now Andal is 5 years old. She's ready to give us the beautiful Tiruppavai. She's in Srivilliputtur. The deity of Srivilliputtur, as I mentioned, is Vatapatra Sai, to whom Vishnu Chitta, her father, was offering the seva of, threading all the beautiful flowers from his Nandavana and then offering it as a garland to Bhagwan. Now, as this was happening, Goda or Kodai tries to go to Srivilliputtur's deity, the Achamurti there, Vatapatra Sai, and she starts talking to him. But Bhagavan is not responding. She's so used to Bhagavan talking to her back, right? She is Bhuma Devi, but now he's being quiet. She's surprised. Why is he not talking back to me? She's not able to understand that at all. So she goes to the elders out there and she says that, why is Bhagavan not talking? I can't live if he does not talk to me, right? And the elders there say, no, when Bhagavan is in the Archa Murti, he has to, follow certain rules also. So the Archa Vigraha Murti will not usually talk. But then she says that, oh, I can't handle if he does not talk to me. What do I do? And the elders say that, when the Gopikas were there in Vrindavan, in the Vrajabhumi, they had similar experiences. Bhagavan Krishna would come there and then he would spend time with all of them. But all of a sudden, he will disappear. They will not know what to do. They will not be able to handle that situation. They can't imagine life without Bhagavan even for a second. So, what did they do at that point of time? Is they created their own group of people to role play the different roles. One person would become Yashoda Mata, the other person would be Nandagopa, another person will become Krishna itself. Many will be gopis. They take different roles and they enact so that for that little time they console themselves. Okay, we are there, we are among this beautiful environment and things like that. So, Kode, you could do something like that. So, Koda says, oh, okay, this sounds like a good idea. So, let me try to do this. So, what she does, she creates that environment completely. So, in her mind, what happens now is that she enacts whatever was required for her to get into that feel of Vrajabhumi, of Vrindavana. So she herself becomes a Gopika. The Vatapatra Sai becomes her Krishna with all the Leelas that he has done. Srivilliputtur itself becomes the Vrajabhumi. And her friends, of course, are the Bhagavatas, the Gopikas. So everybody there takes a role. And in her mind, now Srivilliputtur is the Vrajabhumi, and she herself is like um, a Gopika there, and the entire Tiruppavai is written with this particular mindset. So you can see the language of it. We can see the way the slokas goes will all be from that mindset. And she's given us a beautiful structure of all these 30 pasurams. On the whole, there are 30. The beautiful structure which is seen is the first five stand for what are they trying to do? She's trying to do a vrata, a nomb. So, what is this vrata all about? What are the do's and don'ts of this vrata? What are the results of this vrata? What can we expect? So the purpose statement is very, very clear in the first five pasurams, first five songs. From the 6th to the 15th, she explains about the practices of this. A lot of interpretation is given about the Bhagavatas in this context. I will touch on it as and when we go to the specific slokas. From the 16th to the 20th song, it is about waking up everybody. So, waking up has a very, very deep connotation. A lot of sukshma arthas, vyangyarthas are there. So, we will explain about that in 16 to 28 songs. From the 21st to the 24th, it is all about dwelling in the Bhagavat Kalyana Gunas, the auspicious qualities of Bhagavan. We immerse ourselves in his divine qualities. And once we are in his divine qualities and we get that enthusiasm to reach him, from the 25th song, she explains to us on the different ways of reaching Bhagavan. So 25 to 30 is about how to reach Bhagavan after knowing the greatness of him. Because unless we know how great it is, we will not aspire for it. So she first explains the greatness in 21st to 24th song. And from the 25th, she goes on to say how we can achieve what we have to achieve. So this is about the overview of what is the month of Margari, the significance of Tiruppavai, who is Andal or Bhuma Devi. Mother Earth itself has taken the incarnation of goddess Andal. And the rules of what this vrata is for is all underlined. I've explained that. So the structure is this. Now we will move on to the first, second, and the third Pasuram's explanation. So Tiruppavai.doc is actually pinged to our room. Anyone who wants to go into the specific slokas can have a look at it. I'm going into the very first song at this point of time. So the first song says, Margari Tingal Madinirainda Nannalal. So Margari Tingal. Margari is the Margasirsha month. The month which is starting today is called as the Margasirsha month. And Bhagavan Krishna, as I said, says that he is the month of Margari. So much of auspiciousness for this month is there. So Bhagavan is this month. So she Andal starts this explanation as Margari Tingal. So Tingal means month. So this is this auspicious month of Margari. Madi Nirainda Nannadal. Madi means moon. So possibly this could have been the day of a Paurnami, a Purnima day, where she explains about the complete moon. You know, the day is so complete, so auspicious. So that could be one way. And on this auspicious day of full moon and the Margasirsha month, we are starting this journey. It could also mean multiple things. Another meaning of the word mati is, even in Sanskritam and many other languages, mati means intellect. So intellect would be, we are thinking about Krishna. And when we are going to recite about Krishna, what else can fill our intellect? Right? So Madi Nirainda, our intellect is now completely filled with Krishna, 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 Krishna. And what more can we expect? So today is an auspicious day because we are thinking about Krishna. So that is one more meaning. Therefore, it is Nannadal. It is auspicious day because of the very thought of Bhagavan Krishna. நீராடப் போதுவீர் போதுமினோ நெறியீர். So let us all go and have this beautiful nirata. So nirada poduvir basically is like, um, asking us to come for this divine shower. So the shower here can be, okay, let's all go join together and go for a bath near the Yamuna Tira. This could also mean let us all dwell ourselves in this beautiful anubhava, immersing ourselves in the showering auspicious qualities of Bhagavan. So immersing ourselves in Bhagavad Anubhava is called as the, bath. So let us enjoy immersing ourselves. Let us dwell in this Anubhava of Bhagavan. Is Nirada Poduvir. Podumino Niril. Sirmalgum Aipadi Selva Sirmirgal. So here in the next line, she says, Aipadi is the Vrajabhumi. All of you in this beautiful Vrajabhumi, because she is now transferred herself, she's transformed herself into a Gopika. So all of you in this Vrajabhumi, Sirmalgum Aipadi Selvasimerigal. She says, all of you are so wealthy. Now, are they the Kuberas of the world or what? Why is she calling the, Gopikas as wealthy? Because they have the wealth of Krishna Bhakti. This Krishna Bhakti is the greatest of all possible wealth, because where Krishna is, Goddess Mahalakshmi is going to be there. And what can be wealthier than having Krishna Bhakti? So Andal calls all those friends of hers, all the little kids who are there, as the wealthiest of beings. So she calls them as Selva Sirmirgal, oh, wealthy girls. Kurvel Kodundorilen Nandagopan Kumaran. So then she addresses Krishna's father, Nandagopa. In this case, her own Vishnu Chitta is taken the role of Nandagopa in her eyes. So she says, Kurvel Kodundurila Nandagopan. It seems her father, Krishna's father, Nandagopa, has this very, very sharp spear in his hand. So why is he having a spear in his hand, and why is Andal explaining it here? It's because Nandagopa is so worried that Krishna will be affected because of the demons that Kamsa is sending. Time and again, Kamsa used to send all the demons and cause problems to Krishna. So, in order to protect the little Krishna, his father used to have the sharp spear sit in front and keep protecting his little child. So, Kurvel, Kodundoril, and Nandagopan. So, with that sharp spear, Nandagopa Maharaj is sitting there and protecting his little son Krishna. ஏறார்ந்த கண்ணி Yashoda Ilansingam. Now, Yashoda is explained as the one having very, very broad eyes. It seems Yashoda did not even wink her eyes because within that fraction of a second, oh my God, what will happen to my little Krishna? So she was protecting him so much that, her eyes was always wide open in order to take care of Krishna. So Andal explains all this so beautifully. The environment there, the girls who are so wealthy there, the way that Nandagopa and Yashoda are protecting this little Krishna. And now how this next line comes is like, கார்மேனி செங்கண் கதிர் மதியம் போல் முகத்தான் நாராயணனே நமக்கே பறை தருவான். Beautiful next sentence. So then she goes on to explain our little Krishna. She uses two beautiful adjectives to explain him. She says, Ilanchingam, Karmeni Chenkan. So Karmeni is, his body is dark in color and his eyes are red in color. Now, why is it so important that Bhagavan has a dark complexion? Is because when we look at the clouds, we usually call Bhagavan as the Neela Megha Shamala, right? Because he is like the dark clouds. Why it is important is when clouds are filled with so much water, it's going to rain heavily, only then the clouds are dark in color. The moment it rains, the clouds will turn white, right? Similarly, when Bhagavan is filled with so much of karuna in him, he is dark in color. The moment he showers all his karuna and gets exhausted, he will turn white in color. But the beauty is his karuna can never be exhausted. So he will always remain dark in color, and he being dark is the safety net for us. So we always want him to be dark in color. Therefore, Andal here says he is dark, he is Karmeni, he is so dark. So we are very happy because of that. But his eyes are red in color because whenever you look at the other person with so much of affection, your eyes turn red. So she explains his beautiful eyes are red in color and he's filled with karuna. So with that affection, he's now going to pour that karuna on us. And who is he? Is he this little kid? He's actually Narayana himself who has taken this avatara, and he is going to protect us. Narayanane namakke paraitaruvan. That Bhagavan Narayana will protect us. How will he protect us? He will give us the ultimate gift. Parai can mean a normal gift. In this context, because she's speaking about Narayana's Parai, it means he will give us the moksha itself. Who is he going to give moksha? Namakke, to all of us. He is going to bless us and give moksha. So that Narayana will give all of us the ultimate moksha, promises our Bhuma Devi Goda Pirati in the very first pasuram. She's not waiting to go to the climax and then reveal anything. In the very first pasura, she is very, very explicit in saying that he will take care of us. Paror Pugara Padindelor Empavai. So once we become devoted, we start uttering his names and we start, doing whatever Andal says now, everybody will start praising us. Why is that important? Padindelor Empavai, therefore offer your pranams to Bhagavan, she says. Why is it important that others should appreciate us? Now, this is not about the Laukika appreciation which Goddess says here. Think about Hanumanji. What did Hanumanji do? He is just singing about Rama, 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 Rama. So, because he is repeating Ramanama and he will be there wherever Ramanama happens, whoever follows him repeat Ramanama. So, everybody today is praising Hanuman because he repeats Ramanama. So Goda Devi says, keep repeating Bhagavan Nama so that everybody will start repeating Bhagavan Nama and everybody will attain the great stage. So Paror Pugara Padindu. So your praise should not come because of what you do. It should come because of Bhagavan Nama Smarana. So that everybody will end up doing Bhagavan Nama Smarana. So that Narayana will protect us if we do whatever is mentioned in Tiruppavai. So this is the very, very first song of Tiruppavai, which we've covered now. So, in the next song, she speaks about the rules for the Tiruppavai. To adhere this Pavai Vrata, she calls this as the Nombu, the Pavai Nombu, the Vrata. So, here she says, I am addressing this globally to everybody who resides in me. She is Bhuma Devi. Whoever resides in her has to follow her instructions. So she says, Vayyattu Virkal, whoever is living in this world. So, which means if we do not follow it, we are not even equivalent to living in this world, right? Namum nampavaikku seyyum kirisaigal. Now, listen to what are the rules you have to adhere for this vrata. Keliro, listen to it. பார்க்கடலுள் பையத்துகின்ற பரமனடி பாடி. So we will start singing the praise of Bhagavan who is residing in Parkadal, in the Shirabdi, who is residing on top of the Adishesha. We will sing about his feet. Paraman Adipadi, let's worship his feet. She's not even saying let's worship him, She is worshipping his feet. Why is it important to worship Bhagavan's feet? Is because we surrender at his feet. His feet are our only abode. So we surrender at his feet so that we are protected. That is why Goddess Mahalakshmi keeps touching his feet. She's kind of soothing us all the time because all the Jivatmas are there. So she is protecting us by doing the Padaseva to Bhagavan. So she says, Niyunnom palunnom narkale niradi. So whatever normally we do, we should restrict ourselves from doing that because most of our time and energy will then keep going on to the regular chores rather than focusing on Bhagavan. So, because she is now in the Vrajabhumi, plenty of milk and ghee and everything is there. She says, look, I'm not going to go behind all that now. I'm not going to consume milk or ghee or anything during my Vratha time. I am going to, extend my day. How do we extend our time available? By getting up early in the morning. Narkale Niradi, I will have a shower early in the morning. மையிட்டெழுதோம் மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம். I'm not going to wear my kajal and then get decked up in flowers and all. So don't spend time on, all these cosmetics and beautifying yourself because all these are external. Think of the internal beauty, which is the purpose of this vrata, and not anything that is external. So excessive consumption of food, spending time on food and other things, decorating ourselves, these are not important at this point of time. We have to ensure that the vrata is taken care of properly. So நெய்யுண்ணோம் பாலுண்ணோம் நாற்காலே நீராடி மையிட்டெழுதோம் மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம். So she keeps explaining this and she says that I don't want to waste time in even explaining this. So let me just summarize it. Sayyadana sayyom. So let us not do whatever we are not supposed to do. Elders have told us what is right and what is wrong. So just go in the right path, do what is right, avoid doing whatever is negative. You will know about it, right? செய்யாதன செய்யோம் தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம். So தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம். This is not the time for gossiping or wasting time. We are not going to do any kind of a blame game. Just because I'm following something, another person is not following anything, I'm not going to say, look, they are not following this, right? So I'm not going to get into these silly gossips and waste my time in pointing fingers at anybody. So that is not what we are here for. So she lays down all these rules very, very clearly upfront. மையிட்டெழுதோம் மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம் செய்யாதன செய்யோம் தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம். So what will we do? ஐயமும் பிச்சையும் ஆந்தனையும் கைகாட்டி உய்யுமாறெண்ணி உகந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Ayyam means the tributes that we have to offer to our gurus, to acharyas, whatever we are supposed to do as a duty to them, submit to them, offer to them, we are supposed to offer. Pichai basically means that, you understand what is needed by other people and then give it as dhana or dharma to them without the feeling that you are giving something to them. So you offer the ayyam and the pichai appropriately. So when we have to offer all this, we will start thinking like, okay, so is this vrata only for rich people who have all these things to offer? But then Andal says it is not that way. I'm speaking to, the girls who are in the Vrajabhumi. And what is the greatest wealth they have? It is the Krishna Bhakti. So with that Bhakti, they can do so many things. So Andal gives a solution. Andanayum kai kaati. If you cannot afford to do charity by your own means, at least point your fingers to the right source. Be it money, be it knowledge, be it any kind of wealth, whoever has it, even if you point the fingers to the right person, it is good for the vrata. So, Andanayum Kaikati, point them towards the right place. Uyumar Enni, ultimately, what is important for us is the spiritual upliftment. All of us want to have, Bhagavan Krishna in our thoughts, words, and deeds. That kind of spiritual upliftment is what we are looking for. Ugand Elorembavai. So let's be pleased in whatever we are doing. And she calls everybody as Elor Embhavai, the language of the Yadavas, the Gopikas. She's bringing it into her Pasuram, where she's bringing a synergistic effect of including everybody in her Pratana. Andal is known for, dwelling on everybody together as a group effort. She is trying to offer the Pasurams or the songs of Bhagavan. Now, the final song for the day, the third one, Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Per Padi. So, we are in the third song. So, here she is addressing the first song as Narayanane Namake. She addresses the ultimate Bhagavan Narayana in Paramapada. In the second one, she said, Parkadalul Payyattugendra, the Shirabdi Nada of the Shirabdi Sayana. Now, in this third one, she is calling the Vamana Avatara of Bhagavan, the fifth Avatara in the Dashavatara, the Trivikrama Avatara. So, in the third Avatara, Bhagavan was a little boy who did not even know to ask, for his 3 feet of land that he wanted. In Tamil, they say, with his little childlike voice, he went to Mahabali and he was so not used to asking favors from anybody. So he said, Mahabali, mu adi ta. Oh, Mahabali, give me 3 feet of land. So he did not even know to explain it, in an elaborate way. Think about it. Bhagavan has everything. But just because he promised Indra, he went and asked even a bhiksha to a normal Chakravarti. Now, what is the kind of mind that Bhagavan has towards his devotees? In fact, Bhagavan Krishna tells that in Bhagavad Gita, right? The third chapter, 22nd sloka, Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nana vaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. I have nothing to accomplish in all these three worlds. But why am I doing all this? Because people follow my footsteps, right? So here, Bhagavan basically goes and asks even for a bhiksha just because he wants to keep up his word and help Indra gain back his land. So, with just one stroke, he measures all the worlds, above the bhumi. Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Tapaha, all the way to Satyaloga he measures. With the other stroke of his feet, he measures, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, all the way to the Patala, he measures it. Now, there is absolutely no place for the third feet. In fact, he's not even measuring 3 feet. He just, takes the strokes. It's not even walking. But there is no place for the third one. Now, what does Bhagavan do? Bali says, okay, please accept my, head. I offer myself. But the fact of the matter is, Bali is also included when Bhagavan is measured all the worlds. Is not Bali Chakravarti included in that? But Bhagavan was being very, very, magnanimous in accepting and placing his feet on his head because he was Prahlada's, lineage. And Bhagavan has promised that he will not, affect anybody in his lineage. He will protect everybody in Prahlada's lineage. Therefore, Bhagavan protects Bali Chakravarti. There is no destruction in Vamana Avatara. In many of Bhagavan's avatars, it is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, right? But then here there is no vinashaya cha dushkritam. It is raksha vamana. It is protecting and protecting everybody, right? Therefore, Andal uses the adjective uttaman. He is the uttaman. He is not, for destruction. He's only for raksha. So when he measured all the top worlds, Brahmadeva offers Pada Puja to Bhagavan, and that water, the Kamandalu water of Brahmadeva, which washed Bhagavan's feet, came down to us as Ganga Devi, and her purity we are worshipping Mata Ganga even today. Though that is the Sripada Tirtha of the Trivikrama Avatara of Bhagavan. Vamana Avatara, when he measured all the worlds, he is called as a Trivikrama Murti. Now here, Andal says, Ongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Perpadi. So let us praise this Bhagavan, who is the Uttama, his gunas, this kind of a quality, who will have, where can we find? So let us sing his praises, let us sing his words, let us do a Namachapa of his words. நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாற்று நீராடினால், let us immerse ourselves in this guna. And neeratam is like immersing ourselves in the showering of this quality of Bhagavan. தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னல் ஊடு கயலுகளம். So what will happen when we immerse ourselves this way is, even the nature will adapt to whatever we want it to do. Nature will start obeying what we want. So she says the rains will be so appropriate. The rains are supposed to shower in a particular way which is constructive to all of us. So mummari, it is supposed to shower 3 times. So that exact method will be followed even by the rain. To the extent that all the paddy fields will be filled with water, which the fishes will start surviving there, the beautiful lotus will start booming there, all the bees will be inside this lotus having a good sleep. She starts explaining all the bliss that nature can produce here. All these have detailed inner meanings also. I'm just giving you a very high level meaning here. So she's starting to explain all the beauty of the nature because she is Bhuma Devi, right? So everything will be so prosperous if we start doing the japa of Bhagavan Trivikrama, says Andal. And then she says, தேங்காதே பூக்கிருந்த சீர்த்த முளைப்பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள். So she says all the cattle there will also be so magnanimous to us that they will keep filling in. How many ever vessels you take near them, they will be filled with all the milk that is required. So just to give you a feel of the inner meaning here, our great interpreters have told that here the cows are compared to the acharyas. The vallal, or the greatness of their heart, is compared to the way they will give us the knowledge, the abundance of knowledge. And the vessels that is filled with knowledge just says that unending amount of knowledge will be supplied to us. So in this, what she says is, when we keep thinking about Bhagavan's Kalyana Guna, we will be blessed with the association of the great acharyas who will shower us with so much of knowledge about Bhagavan that it will be unending experience, that we'll be learning more and more and more from it, that they will be like the Vallal Perum Pasukal. They'll be like the cows which, keep feeding their calves with a lot of knowledge, unending kind of knowledge. That is one of the interpretation that is given to this. நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். And this knowledge will be unending for us, that not only here in this earth will we be able to enjoy this knowledge, the result of that we will enjoy even in the Mokshananda, where we will be doing the eternal service to Bhagavan. So this is a overall feel of the third pasura. So by doing this, by getting the Acharya Sambandha, by doing the Nama Sankirtana, by abiding by the teachings of Andal, we will enjoy the Nirantara or the Mokshananda of Bhagavan himself. So that is the first three pasurams that we have covered now. Let me request Vasudevanna to recite the pasurams for us. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. That was such a very in-depth, rather more than an introduction, it was a insightful personification of Andal and her purpose of being in this world with us. Bhuma Devi, who started her journey from Varaha Avatara and desired to protect all her children who is in her, and that we are all. Connecting us in full consciousness with the Parabrahman, Paramatma, Sriman Narayanan. Bhuma Devi, of so many ways, brought this very easiest marga, Prapatti Marga, through her very simple 30 poetries. We celebrate the day 1 of the Tiruppavai, and I shall recite the first Tiruppavai. மார்கழித் திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாள நீராடப் போதுவீர் போதுமினோ நேரிழையீர் சீர்மல்கும் ஆய்ப்பாடி செல்வச் சிறுவீர்கள் கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தொழிலன் நந்த கோபன் குமரன் ஏறார்ந்த கண்ணீ யசோதை இளம் சிங்கம் கார்மேனி செங்கண் கதிர்மதியம் போல் முகத்தான் நாராயணனே நாராயணனே நமக்கே பறை தருவான் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய் படிந்து ஏலோர் எம்பாவாய். The second Pasuram, where Andal highlights and informs us and cautions us how to behave and what to obey and what to negate from our daily practices, especially when we are in this Vratha Anushtana of Margazhi. வையத்து வாழ்வீர்கள் நாமும் நம் பாவைக்கு செய்யும் கிரிசைகள் கேளீரோ பார்க்கடலுள் பைய துயில்ற பரமன் அடி பாடி நெய்யுள்நோம் பாலுள்நோம் நாட்காலே நீராடி மையேட்டு எழுதோம் மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம் செய்யாதன செய்யோம் தீ குரலை சென்று ஓதோம் ஐயமோ பீச்சையும் ஆந்தனையும் கை காட்டி உயுமாய் உகந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். May the life be dedicated to the one and only who is happily residing, sheltering amidst the Ksheerabdi, coiled by the Adisesha and very comfortably resting and waiting for all of us to reach him back. The same Ksheerabdi Natha, who at many times appeared in so many forms with so many names to tell and remind us of his presence for us and our presence, which is eternally waiting for his Sayujya. The third Pasuram extols that great glory of Vamanamurti, Trivikramamurti. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமல் பேர் பாடி ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமல் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாற்றி நீராடினார் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெரும் சென்னல் ஊடுகையல் உகள பூங்குவளை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கழ்படுப்ப தேங்காதே புக்கிருந்து சீர்த்த முலை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தே நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தே நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய் எம்பாவாய் பாவாய் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Om Pavai, may our Vratha Anusthana, which is solely dedicated to the one and only Nandagopa Kumara, Yashodas, the young lad, the cub, the one who is dark complexioned but eyes fully red with compassion and love for us, the one who is mysterious, the one who is immeasurable and who has his eyes as sun and moon measuring the time for us, the one who rests in Kshirabdi, the one who measures the entire cosmos, the one who promises us every time that he is there for us and wake us up through so many of his own Leela Vibhutis and of so much of them. Bhuma Devi, who incarnated as Andal, Goda, Kodai, the beautiful little daughter of Periyalvar, hailed from Srivilliputtur and spread her glorious message of Tiruppavai, especially Hemante Pratame Mase Nandabrajakumarikaha, as per the guidance of Gopikas of the Vrindavana. Andal transformed herself into a Gopika, and not only herself but the entire Srivilliputtur and the all villages around her. Our Alvars and Acharyas give us the beautiful information that she could manage in her young age, where she transformed and gathered 5 lakh Gopikas and got them all to Vatapatrashai's Sannidhana, which was treated as Nandagopa's Bhavana. Shatamakhamani Neela Charukalharahasta Sthanavaranamitangi Sadravajsalya Sindhu Halakaminihitaabhi Sragvira Krishnanatha Vilasatu Hridi Goda Vilasatu Hridi Goda Vishnu Chittatmajana Vilasatu Hridi Goda Vishnu Chittatmajana Goda Goda Vilasatu Mama Hridi Goda. Andal Thiruvadigale Sharanam.
Andal Thiruvadigale Sharanam. Thank you so much, Vasudevji, for this beautiful rendition. I think it took us to a very, very different, elevated feel of the entire bhava that was, given by Andal to us. So, thank you so much. Today we've actually done the first three songs, the first three pasurams, as we call it, from the Andal's Tiruppavai. We will be having the next and the future sessions on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So the idea is whatever is going to be required for the upcoming week, we will do it earlier. So today, the reason we've done the first three is because today is Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you will be able to understand these pasurams and recite it. And Nishant has been pinning all the pasurams, so I hope all of you have the links as well as to where you can go and recite it. And on Sunday, we will start with the pasuram for that day and go on for that week's pasuram so that we will know what we should recite for that upcoming week. So that is the plan of action that we have. So looking forward to meeting all of you on Sunday. And if any of you want to say something now, it's open. Jai Shri Krishna.
Namaste Pravina ji. Namaste Vasudev ji.
Namaste, Lakshmi
Nishant.
Vadini.
What a
Namaste.
divine transcendence you people gave. So beautiful. I just now finished, watching Keshav ji's art on Krishna for today in his Tiruppavai series. It just began. And I was just absorbing the Vatapatra Shahi and Andal. And now and then I entered into this room and Vasudev ji's music. Aha, just divine. No other word. Thank you. Dhanyos me, everyone. Beautiful. Thank you so much for organizing this. That can only be felt. I don't even have words to say. Thank you.
Narayana, Narayana.
Nishant? Vidya, go ahead.
Namaskaram to everyone. Actually, after Pravina ji's commentary and Vasudevan ji's music, the thing was really awesome. And I want to give a gist of Tiruppavai, why it is known as Tiruppavai. It has thousands of meanings, and it can be given a speech for about 4 or 5 hours. But still, I want to give only a gist of it. Tiru means Mangalam, or we can say as Mahalakshmi itself, the one who gives all the auspicious things. And Pave means is nombu. It is a kind of feast. Fasting is known as nombu. And Vigraham is also known as Pave. It has 6 or 7 meanings for it. Vigraham means the Krishna deity itself, restored into a statue form, is known as Pavai. And the third one is Aragia Pen, which means um, beautifully personified women, or the little women folk is known as the whole women folk who are beautiful auspicious characters are known as Pavai. And the other one is pupil, the eye which has a pupil, which is always protected, like the pupil, Krishna always protects us, and he always nourishes us like that. And other one is the compound wall is also known as Pave, which means the Tiruppavai is like the compound wall for all the Vedas, and given in the whole essence, whatever, if anyone has a kind of doubt in the Vedas, the essence is also over there. And even if a single word is also taken, and you can interpret it to the person who really wants to know the meaning. It has thousands and thousands of meanings for a single word itself. And last but not the least is ginger. They usually say Margari Tingal Madinere Pongal, which means and Krishna also has interpreted in Gita itself. He has said like ginger should be added to Pongal. And thank you for that. Thank you.
Anyone else talking? Or shall I comment?
Rangarajan ji. Yeah. Jai Shri.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Pravina ji. So I have nothing. I don't know much about Tiruppavai, so I cannot talk about anything authoritatively, about its origin or all those verses, etc. But I just wanted to share one of my some experience or about my association rather. It may for some it may look like boasting. No, I am not doing that. But I just wanted to tell people that how I had some association with this Tiruppavai thing. Some, I think 2018, I don't remember, or 17, I don't know, year, I don't know. Around 10th or 11th of January, I got a call from one of my cousins in Chennai, saying that they are a famous publishing house. I'm not taking the name now, for some reasons. So they called me. See, one of my friend is asking, Tiruppavai in Malayalam. See, actually, they are publishing lots of books. They are selling lots of books, etc. So they called me. So because you are my cousin, I'm asking. See, do you know Malayalam very well? So can you do it in Malayalam for me? Then I asked, is it for some publishing? No, it is purely personal purpose. Don't expect any reward. No, I don't expect any reward. So can you prepare the entire things, transliterate, not translation, transliterate in Malayalam? And she was coming with a demand on 11th or 10th, I think. And he asking me to do it in just 2 days time. And you say, don't worry about anything. You just bear text and you just forward to me. I'll give that person, because his mother, who is around 80 years old, she wants to recite Tiruppavai in Malayalam because she doesn't know Tamil. Then I asked, why don't you have Tamil books? If I am elongating, please stop me. I will stop it. He then asked her, why don't you publish it? No, because there is no demand for Tiruppavai in Malayalam. That is why, because if we have to publish, we should at least 1,000 books should be sold. So we don't have that demand. That is why there is not a single book in Malayalam. So please, can you please do this favor, because it's only for one person. Okay, then I said, okay, I will do it. Then I got into it. So then after completing this, then she calls me and said, Ranganathan, you have done a unique job. Because Tiruppavai, I don't think anybody will get in Malayalam, anywhere in Malayalam, but you have provided something to me in Malayalam, so this I can distribute on a free basis to anybody. Like that, she was having gratitude. And that person called me to ask whether you want any money. I said, I don't want any money, nothing. I don't want. And after that, he would, for every occasion, he would send me greetings, Happy New Year or Diwali, etc. And I consider that more than as getting more than 1 lakh rupees as a reward. No, that is my experience. That is my connection to Tiruppavai. Now, why I like Tiruppavai? Even before this, I knew about Tiruppavai because in the earlier days in Agashwani, this Tiruchirappalli or the Chennai radio station, they would during Margadi festival, they would recite, play this for one each for 30 days, isn't it? Some of you may remember, Dr. Vasudeva may be remembering about that. That's why. So why I like this is because of its musical, it provides a musical journey, through this Ragamaliga. And there are a lot of ragams with more of on Madhyamavati side, but there are a lot of ragams, etc. So that is why I have a love for, to listening all these things. Now, I also want to talk about this Margadi, two more things. That is, see, Margadi, there's a song in Tamil. Everybody, those who know Tamil songs will be knowing. Kalangalil avala vasantam, Madangalil Margadi. So Margadi has such an importance. And secondly, during Margadi Masam, this 15 December to or 15 December to January middle, there is lot of musical concerts going on through the entire part of Tamil Nadu, or definitely through the entire part of Chennai. So that is the significance of Margadi. And even if you may be remembering one hit song, another hit song called Margadi Tingalallava by A.R. Rahman, one super hit song. So these are the importance of Margadi, the Madam, and etc. Now, finally, I want to compliment Pravina ji for doing this room on this topic, and for the presence of Dr. Vasudeva ji, Bharta ji, and all people who were listening to this explanation and the musical journey Dr. Vasudeva provided, and the commentaries in between by Pravina ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ranganathan ji.
Just I want to add, just last I forgot. So if in any case, if anyone wants The Malayalam version of Malayalam transliteration, not meaning, just translates that. The problem is that in Margari means ga means there are two gas, there are two kas. When Tamil there is one just one syllable, whether it is ka, kha, ga or ga. So, but that's why because I knew Malayalam, I could do all those things to the extent possible. Still, there may be mistake. But anybody who requires from audience panel or speakers panel, anybody who requires the Malayalam part of that song, Malayalam transliterated part of that song, they can contact me through this back channel, and with their email ID provided, then I can send those decently prepared ebook or e-song or whatever, that e-version of that. Thank you.
That is indeed a very great service, Ranganathanji. Thank you so much for doing this Mahakarya, because like as Tiruppavais and all the Divya Prabandhams are in such a Tamil which is not even like so familiar to the Tamilians of today, but most of us still effort to understand through the Acharya's documentaries and upanyasas that they all have left for us, and the Mahacharyas who still give us the beautiful discourses, throwing so many dimensions to the Alvars Pasurams, especially Tiruppavai. So every time we listen to these Tiruppavai, the same Tiruppavai are always new to us, because there is always something new from every Tiruppavai, every line, and every mentioning of Andal's poetry. So thank you. Definitely, I think I would also request you, if you can like bring this link in your profile, which will be beneficiary for most of the Malayalam seekers for the work. Thank you, Ranganathanji.
Namaste.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. So today, it's the start of Margashish month, and always I was very curious to know about Andal and her poetry, especially Tiruppavai. And always language has been a barrier, but suddenly Pravinaji and me, I myself was discussing like few days ago to do the Tiruppavai room, and suddenly yesterday I guess it just got planned, and I don't know, but somehow like in this auspicious month, it's my luck or whatever you can say that I am getting to know about the most beautiful poetry composed by Goddess Andal. So, and like Bhagavan Krishna himself says that he is Margashish month in all the months in Bhagavad Gita. So like that tells us about the most auspiciousness of this month, and what is the greatest thing to hear from the greatest bhakta of Bhagwan. So thank you so much, Pravinaji, and thanks especially to Vasudevji for singing in most divine and blissful voice. So thank you so much. It's our bhagya to listen from both of you. Thank you so much.
Narayana. Narayana.
Narayana. Thank you, Nishanji. Natarajanji, you unmuted. Jai Shri Krishna.
Yeah, yeah. Jai Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna. I think it is not that easy to bring the fire and spark of Tiruppavai into English. But Pravinaji, you have actually worked wonders, and that also with a beautiful, wonderful, and soul-stirring rendition by Dr. Vasudevacharya. The influence of Andal, it is so much so that Ramanujacharya was addressed as Tiruppavai Jiyar. Such is the influence Andal has over these lands. And at least a few of you may know that once the Andal's glory was felt all through the nation and abroad. Why I am saying this? Even in Thailand, and those days it was called as Sham. In that country, whenever the president assumes office, two pasurams ought to be chanted during that occasion. Right now, I could not recollect those two pasurams, but it is there in their constitution itself. So, how
It's the last
influential?
two, Jane. It is the Chitranchirigale and
Yeah, how beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful. Sittanjirugale vandu nei chevittu un pottamarai portum porul kelai. Very good, very nice, very nice. Then it is said of Ramanujacharya that he would naturally and quite spontaneously enter into a trance, a spiritual trance, whenever he chanced to hear even a few lines of Tiruppavai. And some say it was in their very sampradaya. Even the acharyas before Ramanujacharya, they have also enjoyed this Tiruppavai to the extent to which it should be. So that is the beauty of Tiruppavai. And this Tiruppavai has many, many meanings, not just one meanings. It is an unfathomable hymn containing almost what I can say, endless strata of meaning. So I have heard there are people interpreting in ordinary literal sense, and I have heard the sampradaya explanations or sampradaya interpretations. That is very different. The interpretation by Anna, by Velukudi Krishna Swamiji, they are very, very different. But it is very difficult to bring the message of Andal to the common people, which Pravinaji is doing right now in this virtual platform. And along with her, we have got Bharataji, and there are Ranganathan ji. There are many, many. Now, right now, I could not recollect all their names, but I know right from the beginning that how far they are straining every nerve of theirs to bring this glory of these Parshurams and of the loftiest noble thoughts of this Sanatana Dharma to each and every heart. They are doing their level best. So let me take this opportunity to thank you one and all for having come to this platform and share your noble thoughts. So after all, Rigveda says, let noble thoughts come to us from everywhere. So I thank you, every one of you, every devotee of Krishna here, for having given me an opportunity to share at least a few of my thoughts here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
अनन्यधन्यवादः महोदय नटराजस्वामी
Thank you so much, Natraj Mahodaya. You always been very, very encouraging, in terms of bringing your opinion, back channeling. You've always been very encouraging for all our initiatives. Thank you so much.
What I'm doing, it's very little, but what the efforts you are putting forth, it is just mind-boggling. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Narayana. Thank you. Pranams. Okay, let's just make it popcorn. Anybody who wants to say something? Yes, Bideshji.
Yes, Namaste, Jai Shri Jagannath, everybody. I first of all again want to thank both you, Pravina ji, and Dr. Shri Vasudevan ji for having this room here. So I, as a Bengali, grown up in Calcutta, we have very little exposure to, say, if for the lack of a better word, Tamil culture, and that to Sri Vaishnavism culture. And but I think it's only through Bhagavan's kripa that I have been able to, get close to or get association with. Um, Literature or discourses of Sri Vaishnavism acharyas, and as it was very rightly pointed out, you Ravina ji, that it everything, all the Divya Pasurams or the Divya Prabandhams, they're all in Tamil, and it's very difficult to understand it. And rooms like these, give people like us bhaktas an opportunity to get a bit more closer to Bhagavat Kripa, get a bit closer to the Vani of Bhagavan. So I cannot thank you enough for that. And one more thing, I always think of these Divya Pasurams or Divya Prabandhams, as even as a dancer, even if I do not understand anything, they themselves are so rhythmic. You feel like participating into it. When you hear pallanda pallanda palla irittanda itself, it is it just draws your entire chitta towards it. I cannot stop myself from just listening and keep on listening. Even if I don't understand a Tamil discourse, I will go and sit there for, because I know within a short span there's going to be there's going to be like a rhythmic stone will be thrown at me, and I'm here to just catch it. I'm just going to catch it, I'm going to absorb it into myself, and I'm going to think of it as prasad that I'm getting from Bhagavan. So this is the beauty, I think. When there's something divine in something. As you said, how do we know that Goda Devi, she was divine? Because she just appears, just like Bhagavan appears. All his forms, they're eternal, but they just appear in front of us, at the right time, at the right place. So I feel like even these lectures, even they are in Tamil, they are just there, and I have to be there. The moment they appear, I'm there to catch it. I'm there to catch the kripa of Bhagavan. So I don't know how else to thank you for it. I'm just waiting for a day, when I will be lucky enough, when I will get the calling to visit Shri Sri Villiputtur and offer my Orgya there. But even before that, I think I have been lucky enough to visit Sri Ranchi temple in Vrindavan, and I tell you, the temple, it's so divine. I mean, the moment you enter, you're in the abode of God. That God lives there. Because after all, it was the wish of Goda Devi of Andal to have a temple built in Vrindavan, and I don't think I could have asked for anything more in my life. And that too, and I've just come from Vrindavan very recently, and here I am, just listening to all of you, listening about Anda, listening about her works, listening about her pastorams. I think I'm the most fortunate man in this world to have lived. So thank you for this.
That is so nice to listen to you, Videshji. In fact, you are now making me envy you and Dr. Vasudevji, because he also visited Brindavan recently. And I'm like here, oh my God, I want to go there. What am I doing sitting here, So it is really, really nice that you had an opportunity to visit Brindavan. So, yes, coming to what you were mentioning about understanding the pasurams, and I will now take my efforts to dwell a little deeper into the upcoming pasurams of Tiruppavai. So hopefully, by the end of Margari, we should have a reasonably good idea about the meanings of the Tiruppavai pasurams, and let us see how it goes. If possible, I will also do Tiruppallanda after that. If many of you are keen to understand the meanings of it. Jai Shri Krishna.
Videsh ji, did you get an opportunity to access Goda Devi in Sri Rangaji Mandir of Vrindavan?
What do you mean by access?
I mean, did you visit Rangaji Mandir
Yes,
in?
yes, I did get a darshan. Yes, yes,
Wow,
yes.
amazing. So there is where you can see Goda Devi as she is in Sri.
It was a beautiful experience. Both my mother and I, we were completely thrilled to have been there, and right there, there was one with one, and he was playing the pakwats, offering music to Bhagwan as well. So I couldn't stop myself from, just couldn't stop from dancing right there. So I had to offer my nitya.
Narayana.
Amulya ji, Sumitra ji.
I have no idea about the Tiruppavai, Pravina ji, but it's always good to listen from Vasudevan ji and the way you explained it. I'm trying to process it. I think I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
And what's the
I
time for you now, Amulya?
I'm in India itself now. It's 1:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just want to re-enter into the conversation just to thank Dr. Vastevaji for giving me that suggestion, and I accordingly I updated my profile. I have not given any link. I only given this information. So any Malayali who comes across this can ask for through back channel, and I can provide them. Thanks for that suggestion, Dr. Vastevaji. Again, thank you.
Narayan ji or Vijay ji? Yeah.
नमस्ते अहं
Namaste, Bhagini.
नमस्कारः सर्वेभ्यः अपि मासानां मार्गशीर्षोष्णि इति कृष्णस्य वाक् अस्ति अत्र मार्गं दर्शयति इति मार्गशीर्षम् इति अपि वक्तुं शक्नुमः इति एकलघुचिन्तनम् अत्र इतः परम् अद्य आरभ्य अधिक अन्धकारसमयः भवति सूर्यस्य प्रकाशस्य न्यूनता किञ्चित् कालं सङ्क्रान्तिपर्यन्तं भवति तस्मिन् समये आरोग्यार्थम् आवश्यकता अस्ति इति कानिचन पदार्थानि वयम् अस्मिन् मासे तु अधिकतया वयं स्वीकुर्मः कारणं यदा जनवरी फेब्रवरी मास अनन्तरम् उष्णम् आगच्छति उष्णकालस्य आरम्भः तन्निमित्तम् इदानीम् अस्मिन् मासे अग्रिममासेषु वयं शरीरस्य रक्षणार्थं पोङ्गल् खादामः गुडान्नं खादामः इक्षुरसं शुगर् केन् रसम् इति वदामः तत् सर्वं वयं पिबामः एतत् सर्वम् अस्माकं ज्येष्ठाः पूर्वमेव आरोग्यार्थं यद् उत्तमम् इति अत्र योजयित्वा अस्माकं कृते दत्तवन्तः यत् मात्रं नास्ति भजनम् अपि इदानीं शीतलात् वयम् उष्णं गच्छामः अस्माकं नाडीमण्डलेषु किञ्चित् लिथार्जिक् इति भवति आलस्यं भवति शीतलकारणेन मसल्स् सर्वं किञ्चित् टैटन् भवति अस्मिन् समयेषु किन्तु भजनकारणेन एतादृश बासुर कथनेन श्रवणेन च अस्माकं पूर्णम् एकमेकं नाडी अपि किञ्चित् वैब्रेटिङ्ग् भवति तद् रक्तप्रसरणाय बहु उत्तमं भवति एतादृशं सर्वं सैन्टिफिकलि तत्र शास्त्रयुक्तं वैज्ञानयुक्तं चिन्तयित्वा एव अस्माकं जनाः अस्माकं परम्पराजनाः एतादृश उत्सवान् अत्र आयोजितवन्तः गुडः अयन् डेफिशियन्सि निमित्तं मात्रं न सर्वरोगनिवारणी अपि भवति तादृशं गुडान्नम् अनन्तरम् अधिक प्रोटीन् आवश्यकम् इति कारणेन पोङ्गल् तद् मात्रं न जायिण्ट् पेन्स् तादृशं न भवतु इति तत्र घृतं योजयित्वा एव आण्डाल् सर्वान् खादयति यदा तस्य अविशिति खादामः वयम् अक्कार वडिसल् इति तद् तस्मात् हस्तपूर्णं श्रवति घृतं तावद् आवश्यकम् अस्माकं कृते अस्माकं शरीरं कृते इति प्रत्येक उत्सवः अत्र सम्प्रदाये यदस्ति आरोग्यार्थं वैज्ञानिकार्थम् अपि बहु बलदायकम् अस्ति इति अहम् अत्र वक्तुम् इष्टवती तदनन्तरम् आन्ध्रजनाः गोब्बेम्मा इति स्थापयन्ति गोमेधिकं स्वीकृत्य तत्र स्थापयित्वा तस्य उपरि कूष्माण्डपुष्पाणि स्थापयन्ति महिलाः लघुबालिकाः युवतयः गृहं गृहं गत्वा हस्तचालनेन हस्तद्वयम् एवमेवं कृत्वा गीतं गायन्ति तत्र कन्नड ऐ मीन् कर्णाटकजनाः अपि एवं कुर्वन्ति गोब्बेम्म पूजलु इति कुर्वन्ति तत्र अधिकं गोमेधिकस्य उपयोगः कारणमस्ति यदा उष्णकाले अधिक वैरसस् व्याधि प्राप्तुम् अवकाशः अस्ति इति तस्य निवारणार्थम् अधिकं गोमेधिकस्य उपयोगः गृहे तेन पूजा तस्य पूजा अपि कुर्वन्ति गोमेधिकस्य पूजा गोब्बेम्मरूपेण कुर्वन्ति बहु अधिक रिसर्च् कर्तुम् इति वयं स्वीकुर्मः चेत् एतादृशविषयाणि सर्वाणि पुनः आनीतव्यानि उत्तम वसुधैव कुटुम्ब निर्माणार्थं व्याधि विना एक जीवनार्थम् अस्माकं जीवने अपि तादृशं वयम् आचरामः चेत् सर्वे अपि बहुकालं सम्यक् रोगरहितं जीवामः आनन्देन अपि जीवितुं शक्नुमः अतः एव प्रातःकाले एव एतस्य पूजनं भवति चतुर्वादने सूर्य उदयस्य पूर्वं ब्रह्ममुहूर्तम् अनन्तरमेव एतस्य अनुवर्तनं कृतवती अस्ति आण्डाळ् तादृशं वयमपि जीवने अस्मिन् एकमासं वयं तपं कुर्मः चेत् अग्रिममासस्य उष्णं न दृश्यते इति मम लघुचिन्तनमासीत् तत्र वक्तुम् इष्टवती भगिनी अत्युत्तमकार्यक्रमः अस्ति समीचीनं धन्यवादः
Dhanyavadaha, Vijay Bagini. So, in essence, what Vijay Bagini said in Sanskritam is that, our ancestors have put in the right food because this is supposed to be a season which is relatively cold, and only from the Shankaranti time it's going to be a little warm. Therefore, we add pepper, the good, or what do you call it, vellam, good, um, and many other ingredients like the sugarcane juice and so many other things appropriately during the season, so that we take care of our health in many different ways. So getting up in the morning, all these have a lot of scientific reasons behind it. So in addition to the adhyatmic chintan, it is also taking care of us during the current time, is something that Vijay Bagini wanted to add. Dhanyavadaha, Vijay Bagini. Jai Shri Krishna. Sumitra Bagini unmuted prior to this, and Namaste, Bagini.
Namaste, Pravina, Magni, and Vasu-Anna, Nishant, Amulya, Bharata, everyone. I'm very happy. I can't express myself. I'm not a good speaker.
Thank you, Sumitra ji. Bharta ji or Narayan ji? Yeah, Narayan ji, please go ahead.
I accidentally strayed into this room actually. I think about a week ago, I had just dropped in at Purushottama Yoga, and I had asked Ranganathanji about that particular club, and he told me this is how the club progresses. But in morning, sometimes I get a little too busy, therefore I couldn't attend. Today I just attended. That is probably a direction I got from the higher Lord. Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha. He guided me into that room again today, and later I got this message from Amulya ji that this is the link. Though Bharata had spoken about this room, I had forgotten about that, and I had asked both Ranganathan ji as well as Amulya ji about this room, and they responded, and so I could attend this. I have absolutely no idea about Tamil literature because I don't speak Tamil. I don't understand. I mean, little bit I can understand Tamil. I can speak a few words here and there. I have no idea about what is Tamil literature or anything. But I think I must learn this. Andal, sing this name Andal, I have come across when I was studying uh, the interpretations, different interpretations of Vishnu Sahasranama. In that particular books that I was referring to, there were interpretations given by or Shankaracharya, by Swami Chinmayananda, Parashara Bhattar, as well as there are interpretations that have been given by Andal. I had no idea who Andal was, and I had still have no idea about what Tiruppavai is. I look forward to learning this because I think Bhagavan himself guided me into this quest of spirituality as per the Indian traditions. Was totally lost in the commercial world earlier, but slowly started turning into the spiritual world only maybe about 10 years ago. That is when I started this. From what I have understood, from what I mean, I couldn't attend Praveenaji's uh, interpretation or her talk fully because I joined the club late. And when Vasudevanji was talking and this, I had a guest coming over, so I had to leave the club at that time for some time. But I'm sure in the coming days I will be able to learn and uh, learn about what Andal, Goddess Andal is trying to tell us. I think if I have understood from whatever you have talked about, this is leading us through Bhakti Marga. Because I'm a person who reads Sriman Narayaniyam on a daily basis, and in that also, Narayana Bhattatiripar very, very clearly says the path to be followed by Advaita philosophy and Karma Yoga are very torturous. Whereas he says that in the third Dashaka, that whereas in the path of bhakti is so simple, just surrender to God. That is it, that itself, that only is required. I think that is the way forward, not going in through all those complicated ways of understanding what is Dvaita, Advaita, and what the absolute truth is and all that. Just surrender to God. And that is a path I would like to follow. I think with this group and this thing, I will be guided in that, or how to surrender myself to His will when I go through this. I look forward to joining from the beginning itself, from tomorrow onwards. I pray that God gives me the strength to go through this every day. Om Krishnaya Parabrahmane Namaha.
Jai Shri
Uh,
Krishna. Thank you,
Pravinaji,
Narayan ji.
just 1 second to Narayanji. I just wanted to say. So Narayanji, if you don't know that's Tamil because you cannot read Tamil, yes, I can provide that copy. Just send me your email ID in back channel. It will reach you within a moment. Okay, so I think that will take care. But now to how to sing, etc. There are a lot of audios available on YouTube, etc. There are some nice within the exact ragas, etc. So you can play and then you can read. So I think that will take care of all your requirement towards that bhakti movement and the realization you have been searching for. Thank you.
Ranganathanji, I had already noted that what you had told, that the link is available with you. I was definitely going to get in touch with
Not a
you.
link, yeah, not a link, but the information. And you can back channel your email ID. I can send it by email. It is just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
four or
I will
five
take
page.
a printout of that and keep it with me.
Yes,
And
yes.
Dr.
Okay.
Vasudevanji has, I have listened to parts of how he was rendering that. I think in the coming days, when I listen more and more, I think I'm sure that I will be able to understand it more comprehensively.
Yeah, in the same raga, that audios are available on YouTube or in the internet. So that will take care of the entire requirement which you have been looking for. Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much.
much. Thank you so much, Narayanji. And don't worry about the session, whichever part you missed. This is being recorded and we'll be sharing the link. You can play it again.
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for that, Amulya ji. So we have recorded this, and just to reset the room, we had the first three songs, three pasurams of Tiruppavai today, and going forward, this session will be only in the weekends. We are planning every Sunday evening to be dedicated for Tiruppavai, where we will cover the songs of that week. So that you'll be ready for the upcoming week, whatever you need to recite. So that is the plan. And I have already done many Tirupavai talks, but most of my talks have been in Tamil earlier. So that's the reason I wanted to do the English talk here. And during my talks, I always make it a practice to recite it in a very, very slow pace once, in the normal pace again, so that people are able to get to speed with the recitation. So I have requested Nishant to pin my YouTube channel here with the Tirupavai recitation. So if you want to learn to recite it, you can just go towards the end of every video. You will be able to find the recitation in a slow pace. And the English lyrics will also be there in case you need it. But if you want the respective lyrics, there is one website called prapatti.com, which is hosting a lot of languages. Suppose you want it in Kannada or, Devanagari or many other fonts. It's all available in prapatti.com. You can just go to Tiruppavai and you can use the specific lyrics from that. And the audio can be used from my Tiruppavai link of my YouTube. So, because there I have told it in two different speeds, in fact, three different speeds. So, that will definitely help us to get to speed with the entire Tiruppavai. Jai Shri Krishna.
Ma'am, I took that printout from properties.com. I wanted in Kannada, so I took that
Yeah, it's a
yesterday
very, very
itself.
useful website.
Yesterday evening, I went and bought it, printout.
Yeah,
Ramanujacharya's version, I think so, ma'am, that is.
right, right. So, Narayanji, the next session is not tomorrow. It's on Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Indian time. Just wanted to tell that.
I have joined the club, so I think I will get the notification.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ji.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, in fact, what Bideshji was telling. I don't know. I consider myself a little unfortunate that I have practically traveled to so many places in India as part of my job, including to Mathura. I don't know how many times I have gone there, but I never thought of visiting Vrindavan. It was only on business basis that I used to travel. I think I should have taken time to visit all these places. Maybe next Janma, God will guide me to all these.
I'm just tempted to say something because we spoke about Andal today. Um, of course, the ideal situation is to visit every place and then get the darshan of Bhagavan. If we are as lucky as Dr. Vasudevji or Bideshji. But then I'm now sitting in Singapore and there are so many restrictions for travel. So Andal is like one, example for me. She converted her own Srivilliputtur into Vrindavan. So I'm attempting to do the same, sitting here, doing everything as a visualization. And I was looking at all the beautiful photos of Brindavan, which was shared by Vasudevanji, just being there, smelling the soil, being with the air that is there. It's like Andal has given us a complete conversion of Srivilliputtur, and including the deity became Krishna for her. His leelas were there. Every single person there was a gopika. She herself became a gopika. So I think, our satsanga can be the great satsanga where, we can emulate a lot of these practices. So Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhagini. Uh, we can't get enough of Vasuvarna's rendition, so if there is not much people are having to say at one point in time, I would request Vasuvarna to give a little more uh, so that we can immerse ourselves in that bhajan. Uh,
Yeah, but he was not in a good space today. In fact, that's the reason I wanted to keep this room a little earlier, and we've extended it a little later as well. But I'm sure Sunday he'll be able to do more. Or even, in fact, today evening in Hanuman Siddhi, I think he can offer.
of course.
Does anyone want to add something, or we can close the room? A
Ramaji.
few have not spoken. Rama Bhagini, namaste.
Namaste. I joined lately to this house. I missed, I think, the first three pasrams. Here, I belongs to Tirupati. So, here in Tirupati, each and every temple will celebrate the Dhanurmasa in a special way. I know that. And I not yet started because the script and everything I can have in Telugu, but I never started that. I want to start this year, so this month. And one more thing is the Telugu people used to put rangoli from this day to Makar Sankranti, 30 days. And as Viji Bhagini said, we used to put the gobemma, the cow dung. in shape of Gobemma. So we put aside that belongs to 30 days Gobemmas put aside, and we use that to fire and do pongal on that on the stove. And Radha Saptami, we use these 30 days Gobemmas. So it's a special one. We don't throw that one. So Dhanurmasa is a special thing, and for Rangoli means we put that borders, especially the borders. We continue all these 30 days, and rather on 30th on the Radha Saptami we open that because this Radha we put Radha Rangoli. So all these days we celebrate like a special one, and we put a colorful rangoli and each and every front of door. So it's a great one, and I want to learn pastram also, pastrams and everything. Here in Tirumala, we will get special garlands from Srivalli and two umbrellas on Garuda Seva. They will brought on their shoulders only. They will come by walk from there to Tirupati, Tirumala also. So these are the special items that Andal's gifts to Tirumala Venkateswara Swami. So on Garuda Seva only, these special garlands and umbrellas, they are made by hand. So very special, and I'm very glad to see all the umbrellas and garlands through Brahmaswa, and now we are having live telecast since 10-15 years. So these are the special things that from Srivalli Puttur. Here we can have Srivalli Puttur to Tirumala Venkateswara Swami. So this is the special thing about Dhanurmasa. I know. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rama Bhagini, because even we have a practice of, in Kartigai, we light the two lamps in front of the house in the evenings. In Margashirsha month, it is in the morning. So now every day morning, we have to light two lamps and place it outside the house. So that is a practice in addition to the Rangavalli. So there are so many interesting practices, many of us do for this. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Anybody wants to say, yes, Amulya ji?
I think Vijay ji is the one who didn't speak, so I was gonna call his name.
Thank you very much, Amolya ji. Vasudeva ji, I have a question for you. I think you have thoroughly spoiled us with the chandas. That is what I would like to refer to it as the rendering of the Tiruppavai from the great Andal. I would not be able to hear it in any other manner. So I was just looking at YouTube whether you have any videos or whether you have a channel of your own. I do not know how all these days I have not actually looked up you on the net.
He does
But
have a YouTube channel. He's on Facebook also. And Tiruppavai, in fact, he's done one full dance series called Goda Graja, which is on, Ramanujacharya being the elder brother of Goda. So that is a dance sequence that has been done by Vasudeva and also.
so now it's time to say Narayana, Narayana. So,
Narayana, Narayana.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Actually, I agree with you, Vijayji. After listening to Vasudevji, it's very difficult to listen to anybody else sing the same thing.
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Anybody else has anything to offer, or we could close the room?
Sunil Acharya ji is here.
Namaste, namaste, Sunilacharya ji. Okay, so I'm not sure if he's in good space. So that basically, brings us to the first three pasurams. Nishant, I'm just thinking, because many of them are attempting to learn Tiruppavai, if I recite it once and you follow it, maybe others can follow it at mute. Would you like to do that? Or even Vindhya can repeat after me.
I'll do.
Yeah, Vindhya. So everybody else can stay muted. I will repeat it slowly so that those who are not familiar with the lyrics can also repeat it. Um, you can see my YouTube channel. There also I have recited the Tiruppavai and it is repeated. So those who want can access that. Nishan, can I request you to put the text of Tiruppavai in the ping? Yeah. So I will just start reciting it. Whatever is pinned, you can go into that and you can recite it with me. It will be very slow because I know many of you are not native Tamil speakers. So you could just go through the same pace that I do. So the first one will be the Taniyan, which is on Andal. After that will be Andal's Pasuram itself. So the Taniyan is not there in the link, so I will just recite it. Annavayar Puduvai
Annavayar Puduvai, Annavayar
uh,
Puduvai,
once
Annavayar.
is, once is enough, ma. Once is
Okay,
enough, but
fine, fine,
we'll
fine.
do it very slowly.
Okay.
Andal Arangarku
ஆண்டாள் அரங்கற்கு
Pannu Tirupavai
பண்ணு திருப்பாவை
Palpadiyam
பல்பதியம்
Innisayal
இன்னிசையால்
பாடிக் கொடுத்தாள்
பாடிக் கொடுத்தால்
நற்பாமாலை
நற்பாமாலை
பூமாலை
பூமாலை
சூடிக் கொடுத்தாளை
சூடிக் கொடுத்தாலை
சொல்லு.
சொல்லு.
Okay, only now I'm starting the Tiruppavai. From now on, the link is there in the link that is pinned above. So I will be very slow. I will recite only one or two words at a time. All right. மார்கழி திங்கள்
மார்கழித் திங்கள்
மதி நிறைந்த
மதி நிறைந்த
நன்னாளால்
நன்னாளால்
நீராட
நீராட
போதுவீர்
போதுவீர்
போதுமினோ
போதுமினோ
நேரிழையீர்
நேரிழையீர்
சீர்மல்கும்
சீர்மல்கும்
ஆய்ப்பாடி
ஆய்ப்பாடி
செல்வ சிறுமீர்காள்
செல்வ சிறுமீர்கால்
கூர்வேல்
கூர்வேல்
கொடுந்தொழிலன்
கொடுந்தொழிலன்
நந்தகோபன்
நந்தகோபன்
குமரன்
குமரன்
ஏரார்ந்த கண்ணி
ஏரார்ந்த கண்ணி
யசோதை இளஞ்சிங்கம்
யசோதை இளம் சிங்கம்
கார்மேனி செங்கண்
கார்மேனி செங்கண்
கதிர் மதியம்
கதிர்மதியம்
போல் முகத்தான்
போல் முகத்தான்
நாராயணனே
நாராயணனே
நமக்கு பறை தருவான்
நமக்கே பறை தருவான்
பாரோர் புகழ
பாரோர் புகழ
படிந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய்.
படிந்தேலோ ரெம்பாவாய்.
Wonderful. So this is the first pasuram. I've just recited it very slowly. I will tell it once so that when you want to revise after practicing, you still can. This Vindhya you don't have to repeat. மார்கழி திங்கள் மதிநிறைந்த நன்னாளால் நீராடப் போதுவீர் போதுமினோ நேரிழையீர் சீர்மல்கும் ஆய்ப்பாடி செல்வச் சிறுமீர்காள் கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தொழிலன் நந்தகோபன் குமரன் ஏரார்ந்த கண்ணி யசோதை இளஞ்சிங்கம் கார்மேனிச் செங்கண் கதிர்மதியம் போல் முகத்தான் நாராயணனே நமக்கே பறை தருவான் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். So that's the first pasuram. I would just like to know from one of you whether the space was okay when Vindhya repeated and I said that. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go on to the second. We'll do the second and third the same way. வையத்து வாழ்வீர்கள்
வையத்து வாழ்வீர்கால்
நாமும் நம் பாவைக்கு
நாமும் நம் பாவைக்கு
செய்யும் கிரிசைகள்
செய்யும் கிரிசைகள்
கேளீரோ
கேளீரோ
பார்க்கடலுள்
பார்க்கடலுள்
பையத்துகின்ற
பையத்துயின்ற
பரமன் அடிபாடி
பரமன் அடிப்பாடி
நெய்யுண்ணோம்
நெய்யுண்ணோம்
பாலுண்ணோம்
பாலுண்ணோம்
நாட்காலே நீராடி
நாட்காலே நீராடி
மையிட்டெழுதோம்
மையிட்டெழுதோம்
மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம்
மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம்
செய்யாதன செய்யோம்
செய்யாதன செய்யோம்
தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம்
தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம்
ஐயமும் பிச்சையும்
ஐயமும் பிச்சையும்
ஆந்தனையும்
ஆந்தனையும்
கைகாட்டி
கைகாட்டி
உய்யுமாறெண்ணி
உய்யுமாறெண்ணி
உகந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய்.
உகந்தேலோ எம்பாவாய்.
வையத்து வாழ்வீர்கள் நாமும் நம் பாவைக்கு செய்யும் கிரிசைகள் கேளீரோ பார்க்கடலுள் பையத்துகின்ற பரமனடி பாடி நெய்யுண்ணோம் பாலுண்ணோம் நாட்காலே நீராடி மையிட்டெழுதோம் மலரிட்டு நாம் முடியோம் செய்யாதன செய்யோம் தீக்குறளை சென்றோதோம் ஐயமும் பிச்சையும் ஆந்தனையும் கைகாட்டி உய்யுமாறெண்ணி உகந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். The final one for the game. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த
ஓங்கி உலகளந்த
உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி
உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி
நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு
நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு
சாற்று நீராடினால்
சாற்று நீராடினால்
தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம்
தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம்
திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து
திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து
ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னல்
ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னல்
ஊடு கயலுகள
ஊடு கயல் உகல
பூங்குவளை போதில்
பூங்குவலை போதில்
பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப
பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப
தேங்காதே பூக்கிருந்து
தேங்காதே பூக்கிருந்து
சீர்த்த முலை பற்றி வாங்க
சீர்த்த முளை பற்றி வாங்க
குடம் நிறைக்கும்
குடம் நிறைக்கும்
வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள்
வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள்
நீங்காத செல்வம்
நீங்காத செல்வம்
நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய்.
நிறைந்தேலோ எம்பா
ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாற்று நீராடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னல் லூடு கயலுகள பூங்குவளை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப தேங்காதே பூக்கிருந்து சீர்த்த முலை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ரங்கமன்னா திருவடிகளே சரணம்.